Spirit of Halloween, Pizzaverse exclusive. Sungrown Tricome, the president of pot and enemy of fake wise guys. From the sun-kissed mountains of weed, California comes the man, the myth, the legalization legend, President Sungrown Tricome. Half diplomat, half dispensary, all business. Step aside, Dracula. Move over, Freddy. There's a new legend in town, and he smells like citrus terpenes and federal legalization paperwork. Introducing the Pizzaverse president, Sungrown Tricome, straight out of Weed, California. Yeah, that's a real place, and he runs it like the Oval Office met a grow tent. He's got a hemp briefcase, gold aviators, and the presidential seal replaced with a pot leaf and the words, "In Dank We Trust." One hand signs executive orders, the others roll in a presidential blunt the size of Tony Pizza's ego. And make no mistake, this ain't no mellow hippie. Nah, Sungrown's been at war. His enemies? Fake wise guys with cheap Batman tees and cheaper stories. His allies, the Pizzaverse, the good guys, the real ones, the task force of truth. Rumor is he once looked Tony Pizza dead in the eye and said, "You couldn't handle a joint, let alone a joint operation." Boom, mic drop, bong rip, CIA phone ringing off the hook. Costume includes presidential hemp suit jacket, aviators of authority, TM, executive blunt prop, non-smokable, relax Karen, fake CIA badge with top secret Operation Munchies stamped on it, optional accessory, Tony Pizza's restraining order, autographed by nobody important. Bonus features. Press the red button on the chest pocket, and you'll hear Sungrown shout, "The only thing I'm planting is evidence of corruption," or "Tony Pizza, you're a bum." Comes with a faint aroma of victory, pine, and distant FBI surveillance vans. So this Halloween, don't just dress up, make a statement. Show the world you stand for truth, justice, and top-shelf product. Because in the Pizzaverse, we don't just roll joints, we roll over frauds.
Mugs, what the fuck you doing in there, you prick? It's from the mall. It's from the mall. It's from the mall.
Tales from the Pizzaverse, The Signal Beneath St. Vero. A Pizzaverse Studios Halloween horror epic production. Some ghosts don't haunt you, they broadcast. You ever notice, kids, how silence ain't really quiet? Even when the TV's off, the city's asleep, and the world's pretending to be still, there's that hum, that low, steady buzz, like the planet itself breathing. Most folks tune it out, but some of us, we hear it. That's where this story starts, with Bambi Palermo, the Pizzaverse founder herself, sitting in her Long Island studio past midnight. Old vinyls scattered around, storm knocking the windows, her police scanner spitting nonsense. Only it wasn't radio chatter, it was a voice. Sanctus Vero, sanguinem serva. Latin, roughly translated, Saint Vero, protect the blood. That's when her cell lit up. Lopez on the line, voice tight, serious, marine tone activated. "You hearing this too, Bambina?" "Yeah," she said, already grabbing her coat. "And I don't like the sound of prayers coming through police bands." She called in the crew, the heavy hitters of the Pizzaverse Paranormal Task Force, Admiral Impeach, Aaron, Jim Martin, Anthony Sessa, Sungrown Tricome, Angie, and Deb Roberts. 8 of them, armed with guns, grit, and bad decisions. Destination? A ghost town called St. Vero, New Jersey. a place so forgotten even Google Maps refused to acknowledge it. They drove through fog thicker than marinara on Sunday. By the time they hit the outskirts, the GPS flatlined, phones went dark, and the world just stopped. The sign at the entrance said, St. Vero, population 0. Below that in spray paint, do not listen. The streets looked frozen, mid-century rusted cars, toys in yards, a diner still smelling like burnt coffee, but not a single soul. What the hell happened here? Aaron asked. Maybe they heard something they weren't supposed to, Bambi said, peeking into a storefront. Then came the hum, low, mechanical, rhythmic, like a generator deep underground or a heartbeat. They followed it to the old church sitting on a hill, St. Vero's Chapel. The cross was upside down, the doors chained shut from inside. Sungrown flicked his lighter, shrugged. If this is hell, I'm bringing the smoke. The descent, they broke the chains, kicked in the doors, and stepped into history's worst basement. The church smelled like dust, mildew, and secrets. And right in the center, a spiral staircase dropping into black. Admiral Impeach went first, flashlight shaken but voice steady. If something jumps out, I'm dropping it. Aaron muttered, You can't shoot ghosts, Admiral. Then I'll teach him what recoil feels like, Impeach shot back. Down they went, 50 feet below, the air getting colder, thicker. The walls were carved with faces, mouths open, eyes hollow. At the bottom sat a room full of wires, radios, and bones. A signal station. Only this one looked built out of both tech and meat. Bambi ran her hand across a panel. It was warm, beaten. Guys, she whispered, this thing's alive. Then Jim Martin flipped a switch. The lights went red, and every radio in the room began screaming. A voice filled the chamber, layered, ancient, digital. The signal levs. The sound hit like a migraine. Aaron's nose started bleeding. Angie dropped to her knees. Deb screamed, but no sound came out. Then the radios began broadcasting faces, their own, like mirrors made of static, showing futures that hadn't happened yet. Anthony Sessa saw himself hanging in the chapel rafters. Impeach saw fire, oceans boiling. Bambi saw her own reflection whispering back, You can't silence what you created. The room pulsed. Aaron convulsed, speaking in Latin. Impeach tried to cut the power, the wires wrapped around his wrists like snakes. Lopez grabbed Bambi, dragged her toward the stairs. We gotta move now. Half the crew never made it up.
The legend of Anthony, Mr. Hollywood, Sessa, a spirit of Halloween, Pizzaverse, exclusive costume. Back in the day, this guy wasn't signing autographs. He was signing witness statements in pencil. Anthony Sessa, the man, the myth, the midlife crisis with sunglasses. They called him Mr. Hollywood because one day he decided he was done burying bodies and wanted to bury scripts instead. Packed up his leather jacket, kissed South Philly goodbye, and told the boys, I ain't doing time, I'm doing talk shows. Now he's strutting down Sunset Boulevard like he owns the joint, telling producers, You want real mob dialogue? I got transcripts. He tried pitching his life story to Netflix, but they said it was too unrealistic. So he pitched it again, to himself, and guess what? He greenlit it. Picture him strolling into Starbucks with a cigar hanging out his mouth. The barista goes, Sir, you can't smoke in here. Anthony leans in real slow and says, Kid, I've been smoking since you were in pull-ups. Now make my latte double shot, like my enemies. His script, it's called From Rico to Red Carpet, One Man's Journey from Whack to Fame. It's a tragic comedy, heavy on the comedy, light on the taxes. This ain't no ordinary Halloween costume, kids. This is a lifestyle. The Mr. Hollywood Sessa costume comes complete with Gold Chain of Command, TM. Cause respect, don't come cheap. Signature sunglasses, FDA approved to block out paparazzi and guilt. Hollywood hustle jacket, fake leather, real attitude. Script with unpaid royalties, authentic down to the fine print. And let me tell ya, one size does fit most, but the ego's sold separately. You put this costume on and suddenly everyone's calling you boss. You don't walk into a party, you make an entrance. You don't carve pumpkins, you negotiate with them. He used to whack rats, now he's trying to sell scripts. So remember this Halloween, if someone asks who you're dressed as, you tell them straight. I'm Mr. Hollywood, pal, from Philly. I don't play roles, I live 'em. And if they don't believe ya, just hand them your script and your lawyer's card. This has been a Pizzaverse production, brought to you by Spirit of Halloween and Poor Life Choices. Stay classy, stay caffeinated, and stay the hell away from Tony Pizza.
When the sun came up, only 4 walked out of St. Vero: Bambi, Lopez, Angie, and Deb. Behind them, the town was burning with no fire. Just red light flickering like a dying heartbeat. They didn't talk about it. Didn't tell nobody. But every one of them started hearing the hum again. In the shower, in the fridge motor, in the silence before sleep. And every so often, it hummed back their names. 2 weeks later. Halloween night. Bambi's home alone, editing footage for the next Pizzaverse special. Thunder outside, coffee gone cold. Scanners dead silent. Then it happens. The flicker. Her laptop screen turns black. And a message fades in. The signal never stopped. The microphone light turns on by itself. And through the speaker comes Lopez's voice, distorted, whispering, "Bam, it's not over." The hum rises. Every light in the house dies. And from the dark, the signal broadcasts again. Bambi's word to the wise: you think horror's about ghosts and monsters? Nah. Horror's when you can't tell the difference between a voice and a signal. Between what you believe and what believes in you. St. Vero ain't just a town, it's a frequency. And maybe, just maybe, every phone, every screen, every piece of tech we worship is just its new cathedral. So next time you scroll late at night and hear something humming in the static, don't answer. Don't reply. And for the love of the old country, don't listen. 'Cause some signals don't fade. They recruit. Someone. This has been a Bambi, Palermo, and Pizzaverse Studios production. Filmed in front of no live audience, 'cause they all disappeared in the fog. If you made it this far, you're part of the family. The kind of crazy that laughs in the dark. Hit subscribe, light a candle for the fallen, and remember, the Pizzaverse don't do tricks. We bring treats of terror. From all of us, Bambi, Lopez, Impeach, Aaron, Jim, Sessa, Sungrown, Angie, and Deb. Happy freaking Halloween, paisan. Keep your ears clean and your soul off the airwaves. Happy Pizzaverse Halloween. Thanks for watching.